show! From Michael Bay to Marvel, UK, everyone all in between. Breaking news and toy reviews, every robot fan's wet dream. Grab a brew and join the crew, become part of our scene. Bring your mom, let's drink her on, make sure you're at least 18. Welcome to the show, third party and let's blow. Friday nights, let's go, Transformers the show.
Hello, everyone. So sorry we were late. That was my fault. I bought a Nintendo. Oh, can't shout it out because the kids will hear. I bought a Switch off of Facebook and had to drive there and get it. And the journey to find it, it was one of these estates where the poorer people live. And I just, in the end, the man had to come out and find me to exchange the money. And then I can get to turn on Switch, charge it. That's it. That's the reason we were late. It just took ages. And if you listen to this, Lucas, when you're grown up, it was brand new.
I'm from Santa.
Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We're going to do the show. We're going to start off, of course, with the news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
I literally just picked up my beer. Right. We're starting off with important news. The most important news of the week, and something of a surprise, my understanding. So there I was scrolling the socials as we do, looking for so many of those wonderful posts, and I saw one by Tignat, who, well, I think is still on Twitter, although I'm not sure if they are. But anyway, they're on Blue Sky now.
Blue Sky, yeah.
Thank you. And they do a calendar each year where they get other photographers and artists and things like that from across the Transformers community, and they get permission to use their pictures and photos for this wonderful calendar. And there I was looking at it, and always interesting because there's usually some incredible pieces of art, and well, it is art, whether it's photography, whatever, it's art. So I was just clicking through, and that's love that cover looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? Oh, that's really nicely designed. I like that. Very evokes that Marvel UK comic. And what the hell? I know that photo, and it only happens to be by our very own Lord Jamie Liddell and his Storm Toy photography. So I put a little comment, didn't I, into the chat, which seemed to catch quite a few people by surprise. Go on then, Jamie. What do we know about this? What can you tell us?
Basically, he's been doing this yearly, and I've always tended to forget to enter, especially in the last 2 years on the trot. I've tended to forget to enter because of like school usually becomes a bit chaotic by then, and so but this time I managed to enter, and everyone else has been moderate. They're putting 8 photos in, selecting the best 8 photos of what they feel, and I went, here's 54. You know, I've got some more. I'll just post them right now. You know, and but yeah, I kind of forgot about it until I saw the post. So out of the 54, one of them made it. I think I went up to 56 or 57. I don't know. You know, and I think he did laugh. He went, "You did post enough photos there." But yeah, so he's picked this one. Quite delighted about that. Quite happy. Obviously, we're going to do an hour special on the thought process. I know. I'm
making of.
Yeah,
This is very good, Jamie. I mean, you know, you look at the standard of the other people whose works are in here, and, you know, you're talking about proper kind of recognised artists and photographers from the community, and now you. So, you know,
I'm very lucky and privileged. And I think there was someone else who mentioned he had imposter syndrome because he got picked as well. And I was looking at his photo and I went, how could you have imposter syndrome? And you don't want to make a comment. I would have imposter syndrome because it sounds bad when you write it. But, you know, I think everyone's lucky and exceptional. And I think, to be honest with Tignat, is he's got his mainstream of the superb, like the cultural iconic photographers like, you know, Toy Box, Sixo, Naz, and the artists there. And I think he does his best to give other people a bit of a chance of rotation around his calendar. So I was lucky this time, and, you know, and that's the way I would go with it, you know, and it's good to be in excellent company with the fandom.
It's great photo as well. And also, just for those people who don't know what imposter syndrome is, it's when you always think there's a small man under your bed. That's what imposter syndrome is.
Brilliant.
Oh, in your pants.
Careful now. I mean, I'd also say, I know you said about how many photos you sent, but I mean, they can only have one per artist as well. So the fact of the matter is, you made the cut, Jamie. So
Yeah.
be very proud of that. The calendars are available. I'm just going to quickly click back in case anybody wants to seek these out. If you look for TNAT on Blue Sky, bsky.social. There are posts there, and I think it's £17.50 per calendar, and you can order them now, I think, but you do have to order them. I don't think it's.
I've ordered 2,000. No, I've ordered two. I've ordered
boxes of them. Send them to everybody you know.
Yeah, I've ordered two. I was delighted. I did message my family. I did message friends. I was like, look.
Classmates, teachers.
Which was really funny because I think the last comment I said to a lot of people, especially in my rugby group, was, "Oh, this year sucks."
Oh, there you go. The price is on the front of the calendar there.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you have a look, you'll be able to have a look. And if you wish to order one, which I very much encourage you to do, you can. So well done to Jamie, and obviously the most important news of the week. So now let's go on to Mark Marklonus, all praise be to Mark, on Instagram, and good old Nick Solus Prime. Here is Solus Prime.
Should we be showing this until maybe after dark? Because Mark Marklonus, if you go into Instagram and you read this, I think you'll be agreed it's a bit sexy the language.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, he certainly likes it, and why not? And the photos are great. So I think all the pre-orders went up. Was it this week? It was this week, wasn't it?
Great.
So
it's good to have a robo rack, isn't it? So that's a female. I'm taking it.
It's the only female Prime, I think of the original.
Marklonus described it as thick.
Yeah, thick. That's THICC thick, just for those who aren't in the know.
Yeah,
like
so
us.
Skibbity.
Yeah, Skibbity indeed. Alpha and all the rest of it. Sigma. Anyway, yeah, it looks good. This is one of the ones I pre-ordered. I do like the design of it. Not necessarily for the same reasons apparently Mark does, but I do like the design of it. And I think it looks cool with... This was the thing. It was when the photos with
I can
Megatronus.
just imagine Mark writing that Instagram post and going, "More tissue, I need more tissue."
Big hello to Hasbro if you're watching.
Yeah. They're never gonna let us.
Never gonna phone us up. Anyway, right. Anyway, like I said, I think they look really good together. So I was very happy to pre-order that. And I know people will say, "Well, you can just buy it," but you pre-order it nowadays. At least you guarantee you get it. And I don't want one of those people.
And you can always cancel.
Exactly. If you see it somewhere else or wherever.
But the pre-orders are expensive, haven't they? Because I think I did.
No idea.
I came to over 500 quid.
Yeah, if you put it all together, if you're getting the whole, was it 11, including the Sonic stuff, I think, in that pre-order wave, and that's just the Transformer stuff, because of course they've done Marvel stuff, and I'm sure there's G.I. Joe stuff and all the rest of it. I mean, you were dropping serious money if you're getting everything. But yeah, it is what it is. Speaking of which, we had more photos from. Well, I sort of found these through Dame Chock, but they were by Uranus D, I think is what he calls himself, and also Notrob, unless Uranus D is Notrob, but I don't think they are. And there's some great photos of Superion, of the aerial plots that we've seen so far. Again, this seems to have, I don't want to say split the fandom, but some people are very excited, some people disappointed, a lot of people picking up on
disappointed.
No, well, I'm not, but some people are.
But did I dream that we thought this was Legend Scale last week?
The photos that like with the initial product shots, like the official product shots, made it look weirdly crap, like proper core. Well, not core, because core class bots aren't crap, but like really just it looked small. It looked really cheap plastic. And I know some people have commented on yellowing, but again, I think that's the lighting more than actual yellowing.
That's
here,
the light.
To be fair,
light they're using.
It hasn't been 2 weeks yet.
Exactly. It needs to be at least a fortnight. Oh, speaking. Well, I'll get into yellowing later, but I spotted one of my bots that just was doing a bit of cleaning. I had to look. Why is that one changed colour? Mother trucker. It's just randomly changed colour, just being in the open. This thing This is like the back piece, isn't it? That forms what do you call it? A battle platform. So there's been a lot of joking about this.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I mean, it doesn't. I wouldn't say go as far as to say it looks good.
After
I don't
Christmas
think it looks
dinner.
awful.
I like it. I quite like the back.
I'm not going to have it in that mode. It's going to be superior. So I don't see it as a problem, really. Anyway, there's air raid and there's slingshots. We looked at
Face.
some photos of these. Face. I just wish they'd given him. I know it's probably accurate, but I do wish they'd given him different coloured, like goggles, for his eyes.
Yeah.
It's all orange.
It might
all
look
the
better
time.
just hoping
in
that's
the
the-
flesh. It might look a lot
Yeah.
better.
I'm just hoping that's a camera as well. They've just.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they look a bit under detailed?
I don't know. I don't know how much sculpting work they're putting into these particular ones compared to what we've had in the past. There seems to be more on the smaller ones than there is on Silver Bowl.
I mean, I've got my Takara as a backup just in case it doesn't make the cut.
Good old Takara. Let's hope theirs isn't exactly the same when it's released. Then we had Prima. Well, it's Prima,
He's
isn't it?
brilliant. He just looks amazing.
So, again, from Mark Lonus, all praise be to Mark. Mark did point out, I'm sure it was him, somebody pointed out that it was on the live stream that there is more paint apps going to be applied to this. Because I saw someone, I think it might have been Rohan, make a comment about there not being enough paint on it.
Yeah.
You
but
mean
they are
Rohan
installed.
making a negative comment? Surely not.
What about Hasbro? Surely not. We see you, Rohan. But I mean, I kind of get it but it is supposed to be what he looks like. So
Yeah.
You can't have him in multicolors because that's not kind of what he's supposed to be in. But then maybe they'll do one. Maybe Bump of Chicken will get hold of this. Who knows? It's got a hover mode, which is just flipping up the wheels. Really. And yeah, it looks good. Again, pre-orders for this went up. I know some places sold out of some of the bots, or at least on the pre-orders. But I'm sure they'll get more in. Like Hasbro
Articulated hands. Well, as
Yeah.
articulated as you can get.
and you can put the
I just-
Matrix on his weapon or in his chest.
On his sword, you mean, not his weapon. But yeah, so keeping it clean. Keeping it clean now.
It's a bit late now, but all right. Anyway, there is Nighting Red Alert, and there's the original concept art. So I still think it looks a bit like those
That's
vehicles from
cool.
Aliens, but
Yeah, Mick said that.
But there's more.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
sorry. Go on.
No, I was just going to say tonight I'm drinking. You can't really see me because of Mello's Shades comment, but I'm drinking Sapporo. Do you remember we used to
you're
do
back on
beer
the
of the
spot.
week?
Yeah.
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
Although you buy Sapporo every week. Yes.
I know. I'm going to do beer of the week, and every week
just
it's going to be
Sapporo every
Sapporo because it's the best beer.
I've really taken a shine to this Brooklyn Lager, not sponsored. I don't know why. I like it. Tastes nice.
Broccoli.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I'm drinking my
Ugh,
beer
broccoli lager. Ugh.
with no vitamin C in it.
You madman. You absolute madman.
It'd be funny if it
Anyway.
came with them and seeing you took it all out. You're adamant. I will, won't they?
Right. Let's just be clear about this, right? This is called Star Optimus Prime, but it's not. It's Star Convoy. And why they couldn't just call it Star Convoy, I don't know. But again, this went up for pre-order. This is the Titan in this way.
Does that actually look like a sword he sold? And it looks like something else, which I'm not going to say because we're not
it's-
after dark.
Oh.
It's yeah. I'm going to say it now. I'm just going to say I haven't pre-ordered this. I'm not sold at all on this. I didn't particularly like the original in terms of its looks, and I'm not sold on this as a
I
Titan.
ordered it. I
know
sold
you
on
did.
it. Apart from the baton, I went for a clean option. Baton. He's
Baton.
holding.
These are from Notrub and Uranus again. Yeah, I can see why people like it, but it's just yeah.
Is that just a bad photo? Because is that really a baton? Is that what he's holding up?
It looks more like a blast effect than anything else. I mean that. I know base mode's generally a crap, but like it's literally just his arm. Surely there's another way of doing it. Surely you put that fist away normally. If you're going to transform it, lads, do it properly. But yeah, it's out there. You can buy it. Well, you can pre-order it.
It's huge, isn't it? And it's like
Yeah,
it's like a
it's pretty
big Titan, and it's scaled down in price. So I wonder if that's because Titans are normally about 220. This guy's starting off about 165.
Yeah, I think it was
£2.
160 it went up for. And most places, of course, on that kind of price will do you free shipping. So, not everywhere, so don't quote me on that.
Because he needs to do reviews. Every week he puts something
That
up
looks
that needs to last. That looks arse.
Because he's
Especially with
3-word
that
reviews.
profile photo.
Anyway, again, like, I'm interested to know what the chat thinks. I'm sure I'll see it once Jamie's got it. Yeah,
I'm going to take photos of this, but I'm going to make him look good. I'm going to put him in a makeup chair.
Specifically for the photos.
French girls.
Yes.
And he's got the little accessory that comes. In fact, I think there's some more official photos of this later on, which I've completely forgotten about. So apologies. So I won't spend a long time looking at these. But anyway, there you go. We'll look at the official ones in about 5 minutes. And then we had this release plan for the Age of the Prime, so people know when everything's coming. So April is Deluxe Wave 1, Voyager Wave 1, and Leader Wave 1. Although I thought they said some of them weren't out till July on the actual websites that I looked on. Silverbolt and someone else, I'm sure, said July rather than April. But, we'll see. They move these dates all the time. They'll turn up next week. That's usually how it works for us. But if you wanted to know roughly when they're coming out so you can budget, there you go. Well, let's do something different. This is via the Badu user Ang. We have Oldie, Transformers Alpha Action Elite Wave 1. And we've seen a bit of this, I think, last week. I can't really remember. So these are non-transforming. They are between 13 centimeters and 5.5 centimeters, depending on which character it is. And they've got images of Optimus Prime, RC, Jazz, Cliffjumper, Starscream, Soundwave, and Kickback, showing their packaging, posability, accessories, etc. Although I don't think we've got pictures of all of the packaging. I think we've got the Optimus Prime one. I don't think we've got the others. But there you go. So posable. Will they be better than YOLO Park and Blockies? Probably not, but we shall see.
I want to see what they're in hand, because then you really know what they're like. But they look promising to me.
I've seen worse. And the problem is sometimes when you compare things, because I know people joke about us going on about Blockies all the time, but they are really good, as many people who have tried them will attest to. But then, like, I was messing around with the YOLO Park Megatron, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it particularly, but it just, I don't know, just didn't feel as kind of solid and as articulated as the Blockies. I liked it, but I wasn't blown away. So maybe I need to try some of the other ones. But anyway, there you go. We got Cliffy J, for those who like a bit of Cliff Jumper. Who doesn't like Soundwave? I mean, seriously. Everybody loves Soundwave. Opening chest.
Just put these together. Do you have to build these? I thought
let me have a look back. It just says posable G1 action figures packaged in blind boxes. I don't think you build them. I think they just come as is. No concrete information about availability outside of China, which is it's aimed for the Chinese market at the moment. But they'll always get over here. They'll be imported by one of the independents at least. There's Starscream. Looks Starscreamy. They're quite posable. Jazz looks decent. Very pointy gun.
Yeah, it's just that RED looked really good, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought.
Like, these are good.
Absolute trash. Sorry, but they were.
My brain.
I'm glad we all feel the same way about these. They look great in a box. Just don't take them out.
Yeah. Don't touch them.
And then we see the Optimus Prime next to... is that Studio Series 86? It is, isn't it? And then there's the packaging. Quite like the packaging. Very bright and colourful. Lovely. And
so,
then it is next
that answers your question then. Well, at least that one's pre-built anyway.
Sorry, just took a swig of beer. Yes, I agree. Then that takes us on to DNA Designs, who've done another upgrade kit for some more Hasbro mainline figures. So this is for the Transformers 1 Studio Series, Optimus Prime and Megatron. They've done some upgrade kits. So can you spot the upgrades? Anyone?
Sorry.
Great. It's the head and the arms. Head and lower arms, I believe, is the obvious ones. It's like spot the difference. Obviously, it's a bit more noticeable. Just give him a big ass cannon. That's all you need to do to upgrade that Megatron. Well, actually, the head. I think they've got a different head. Again, apparently there's differences there. The upgrade is it the bits on the side?
The back of the vehicle, it seems to be.
Well, the back of the vehicle. That's the gun that comes with it now.
Yeah.
And then the original next to the upgraded Megatron with that kick-ass cannon. And then you can see a little bit more. There's the gun from the actual film. So you can get the weapons. I don't know if I presume that all comes together rather than individually, but I don't know. So there's the upgrade head. You can see it a bit clearer there. There's the Megatron shouty head. Why the hell not? Let's go along with the cannon. And that cannon does look good, to be fair. I mean, I'm not saying it rescues the figure, but it does look good. And then there could be bros. And you can recreate scenes from the film. Angry face. Fighting. I mean, look, I don't know how much it costs. If it costs more than the figure did in the first place, you make your own choices on it. But you can get the guns in different colours, which is lovely. I like the gold one. That's because
what I was
the gold
hoping
one.
for.
There you go. Give it to one of the primes. Give him some gold weapon. Bling it up. But there you go. So that's been revealed just this week, I think it was. And we also got this photo. So this is the Hot Wheels 2025 master list had Optimus Prime listed. So we know we're getting a solo release. So obviously there was the Hot Wheels Optimus Prime with the trailer. This is a solo release, and apparently there's some slightly different paint on it. Apparently it's a new casting, not a reuse of the previous one cast. So there you go. If you're into your Hot Wheels, you've been collecting these, there's another Prime coming. Hooray! And then these were the official shots, weren't they, of Star Convoy? I refuse to call him Star Optimus Prime. Who was actually listed on Amazon.com in America for $150 rather than the $160 that it obviously was kind of advertised as RRP. So yeah, official product shots.
Actually, I'm looking forward to this. I absolutely adore the G1 vintage toy, and I've got the G1 reissue. So I absolutely adore it. So I'm really happy about it.
Well, as you should be. Everyone's free to enjoy whichever figures they want to enjoy at the end of the day. It's certainly far less of a brick, at least, than that G1 original, which, you know, it wasn't designed to be articulated.
It's just interesting the way they've designed Hot Rod, you know, with his wings being down at his legs, it seems. But...
yeah. Is that accurate to the Micromaster that came with him?
No.
No. Well, then you've messed up Hasbro and Takara. I'm joking. It's great. We love it. Anyway, there you go. Star Optimus Prime. I know somebody in the chat's going to point out to me that if I want all 13 Primes, I have to buy this, but I'm ignoring that fact for the moment. So there. Yeah, I still don't. It does not get me fired up at all. I'm very nonplussed. I'll do a Rohan. Wait till it comes in the sales for a reasonable price. Or as I like to call
Find a
it,
dodgy internet store to buy it from.
miss out completely.
Yeah.
Which is what might happen. There you go. Wings on the legs. Yeah. It's a mini hot rod. I don't know how much that matters. And the car mode looks decent.
It'd be murder on the dance floor with those kind of wings, wouldn't it?
But not kill the groove, though. And is that supposed to be some kind of matrix or something? What is that? Has it been explained? I may have missed it if it was. Anybody in the chat can tell us. It's a little blue thing. And who doesn't love those? YOLO Park have, on their official Facebook and Instagram account, shared the first image of the upcoming AMK Pro Rise of the Beast Scourge kit, an upgraded release of the previous Scourge plastic kit, now under the AMK Pro line with premium finishing, die-cast parts, LED lights, and more accessories. So that's it. That's the only picture.
LED lights, just saying.
They do, and they're reasonably priced. And we like them. So there they are. If you like your YOLO Park, you like your live-action movie Rise of the Beasts, all the rest of that, you can get that if you wish to. And that's all, I think, of the mainline news. We should probably do some third-party.
I mean,
because we
it
have
does
to.
look quite interesting, that YOLO Park figure, but the thing that's kind of annoying me is now you're thinking, should I buy the first version that comes out, or should I wait for the the updated version.
The upgraded one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only thing, isn't it? When you kind of take that chance, you take a risk.
Like a Maverick. Well, talking of upgrades, third-party news.
Battle this.
It's heavy metal cruncher time as Optimus Prime goes toe-to-toe with combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude underneath his hood. He's a transformer missile fun phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed. His mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can mad out more for use mega force, but combat Optimus is still standing.
Word. Anyway.
Sorry, just pouring my beer. I haven't put the pictures up at all. Support is lovely.
And very effective, it seems.
Yeah.
After a long week. Let's start with this Mod Fans Alliance / Cross with Zeta 4 mini repaint. This is a Legend scale Grand Maximus. So yeah, we already saw the Fortress Maximus of this. Some people picked it up at the recent Minicon as well from Prime Time Toys. I know Dan Vestator was, I won't say playing with his, but he was transforming his at the table when we were having a drink in the bar later on. Looks a really good figure, and you're getting a repaint of it. And if you're getting Grand Maximus, maybe we're going to get Brave Maximus as well. Is this like a knockoff of a, well, not a knockoff of a knockoff, but a knockoff of a third-party figure? Something like that, anyway. But, you know, who cares, eh? 6th party, 18th party, I don't know. But if it's good, it's good. Nobody cares, really. I wouldn't mind getting the actual original Fortress Maximus, one of them, at some point down the line. And then we go on to mini things. Galaxy Toys, micro scale Megatron. So I'm guessing this is a prototype, given the colours and everything, obviously. But you get a sense of just how teeny and tiny this thing is. Bulk it up, like you do with the original Megatron. I will say it again. Why? It's so small, just why? The only thing I can think is like those dioramas when you've got the Ark and the Nemesis and the rest of it, so you can have little versions of the characters. But that's the helmet from one of the G1 cartoon episodes, isn't it? I can't remember which one. Somebody in the chat, tell me.
The Return of Teletran.
There you go. Is it?
No.
Oh, did you make that up completely?
You said Teletran.
I'm not a cartoon fan particularly. I was thinking about that this week. Anyway, there you go. You can crush the Prime, raise him above his head, bench press him, all the rest of it. And that's how they look side by side. They're teeny and they're tiny. And if you like that kind of thing,
Doom episode.
Thank you. Who gave us that answer?
Super Mick.
Third party Mick. Thank you, Mick. Which takes us on to something a bit bigger than that. So this is Mech Invasion. Yeah, Mech Invasion Devastator set. So I think all of these are now available. And certainly they're up on Show Z, which is where these pictures are from. And this was shared by Ryan Collinson in the groups. I know we've seen some bits of this before, but, you know, it looks all right. It's not the worst looking Constructicons I've ever seen.
Yeah, a little bit stylized, isn't it?
Yeah. It's reasonable. If somebody, like, you know, said, oh, do you want one of these? You wouldn't go, nah. You'd give it a shot anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, available on Show Z. You can buy them and Constructicon to your heart's content. Nice.
I don't know. He just looks like a village person.
Which kind of village person?
The one who's going to go young man.
He looks like a miner. He's got a little miner's cap on. What have you against? Oh, the Welsh thing. No, I remember now. I don't. They're not the best third party ones. I don't like the Scrapper. I don't like the feet and the way they've done that. But you know, I think the alt modes look half decent.
Oh, very good.
You know, ultimately, how many people are going to have this in their individual modes? The tendency for most people, I mean, me, I probably would have, but most people just go for the combined mode, don't they? And there it is. So, although I do prefer it when it didn't have the legs on at the bottom, I thought that was a good look for it, a strong look. Anyway, that's available now on Show Z, and I'm sure other shops that sell such things. So go have a look. Yeah, get it on your weekly shop. Well, I feel like we're whizzing through this. Predacons. Now, who were these? This is Great Work Studio Predacons. So this is like an update as to how this is going along. And this, stylized, but not for me overly stylized. Like, I look at this and straight away go, well, that's the G1 Predacons. And it look pretty good with Weird Wolf for some reason.
Actually, they do, don't they? They do.
Yeah. I've certainly seen far worse. I mean, I know, again, it's a little bit spiky. Not too spiky, though. A little bit stylized, but...
Could you embrace it naked? I don't know.
I still wouldn't recommend it, but even if it wasn't spiky, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, that's just a personal choice, though. Your toys, what you do in your own...
Well, I like to taste them like that in Smith's Toy Store.
In the store, I definitely wouldn't recommend that. It's certainly different to the wall test anyway. But there you go. They look decent, and I think if you're a Predacon fan, then you would probably be looking to pick these boys up. But yeah, there it is. Now, I've got no information in terms of like when this is supposed to be out, but if we get any kind of updates on it, I'll pass them on. And then
I might
Sorry,
actually
go on.
get these. I'm quite interested in these. I think they'll
Oh,
look
well,
pretty
we'll definitely hear more about these, I'm sure, because the Predacons are so popular. Well, why wouldn't you? Speaking of popular, it's still the Predacons. Forgot about these. Damn, I was one out. So yeah, they've knocked off Missing Link already. Missing Link Prime. So I asked the question of a certain third-party proprietor as to which company makes this, and I kind of got one of those "it's a secret" type answers. It's like nobody really knows, which is fair enough because who wants to get sued? But it's coming, and you're going to be able to buy this. So this is literally, as far as we can tell, a straight knockoff of the Missing Link Optimus Prime from Takara.
And how much is the official one? Is it over £100?
Oh God! If you can still get it, depends on the version. If the trailer version was the more expensive, wasn't it? I think that was. I want to say that was like 110. Maybe
it's hard to get, isn't it? And everyone bums it off. They say it's like the best transform of their lives.
Oh, it's been ages since
Toys had it
off. Yes. Yeah. And Primetime Toys have had it. Obviously, I think In Demand have sold. Have been selling it. I think a lot of places have sold out. So for some people who missed out, if we don't get any more official ones in, this could well be an option people want to go down.
I know so many people love these, and I can appreciate it. But with me, I don't see it. I maybe need to have it in hand first.
Yeah,
I think once you actually handle them, you do kind of get it. It's weird because to me it still feels this is going to sound so stupid, but it feels like cheating on the original toy. It's like the original toy was fine. I love that toy. You don't have to do anything with that toy, but then you actually get it, you go, oh, actually this is better. You just kind of realise.
Is it smooth against your skin?
Did I do the naked test?
Oh, you were so right. This is so good. How can this be wrong?
It's got opening and closing hands, Jamie.
I don't know how to quit you.
And now you know why they get bummed off. Anyway, so it's coming anyway. And I believe certain friends of the show who might run their own toy stores might be getting some of these in stock, possibly. So you might want to keep an eye on things. Yes, Asda again. I thought we were sponsored by Asda. We had to do a section each week where we talked about our favourite product that's available on offer in Asda. Well, I really like the fact toilet ducks down to £2.50. Anyway, there you go. I don't know what more to say. If you like Missing Link Prime and you missed out, or you really wanted to get one, we'll see what the quality's like, though. Let's be honest about that, because it's a knockoff, so we'll see. Will it be another Tarn, or will it be one of the ones that's shit? We'll find out. Time will tell. Legendary Heroes. I really wish we had Pete here for this. We should mention Pete's obviously not here, but he's fine. He's off enjoying himself, isn't he? Without us. Slag. No, it's Snarl. Sorry, I got it wrong. There you go. This is the toy version of the Legends Snarl by New Age, which they call Varan. Or Varan. This is the toy deco one. And again, it looks nice.
Ooh,
they have not messed this mold up at all. I like this shattered glass one. I like this one. If I was a Snarl collector, this would be on my list. Definitely.
I would smash that in the Snarler any day. Look at that's beautiful.
I was going to say Snarler's a different character, but I like your use of it anyway. I'm going to allow it. No bumming off with this, though. A bit too pointy. Anyway, there he is with the rest of the crew in their toy colours. And there's the alt mode. Again, Aldi Middle Aisle would be fantastic. Can you imagine the stuff we could have every week?
Yeah.
Comes with the usual stuff for fire breath. What do you call them? You know what I mean. And there he is with his other variations of the New Age theme, or as Gav and Luke call it, all the different flavours. Looking good. Looking very nice indeed. And there's more third-party news, because I know how much you're all enjoying this. How about a bit of Bingo Toys Jazzy? Not Jazzy,
Yeah,
Jazzy.
he looks good.
Masterpiece scale jazz. When you say he looks good, I'm sorry, but I'm going to take issue with the car mode, but we'll get to that in a second. Bot mode looks cool. Crotch thrust, standard.
Nice.
Cleaned up
Subtle.
fairly nicely on the back. Subtle crotch thrust. Everybody loves a bit of that. Yeah, the robot mode I think looks really good. I wonder if you can fold the wings away, the door wings, because some people prefer that look, don't they? Without the door wings. Like the more cartoon look than the actual toy look.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks more than decent in bot mode. Have you got any Bingo Toy stuff?
No, but it looks like it would go well. Is it Make Toys, the ones who've done all the Datsuns?
Oh, yeah.
heavily stylized. They looked awesome. I've never picked them up, and it kind of looks like it will go with that. That's sort of super futuristic versions of those characters.
Yeah, they were good though. They looked, or at least they look good. I don't know if they were good as figures. It comes with these little boombox parts as well. Yes, whoever that was, I'm sorry, I missed the comment.
Canvas data.
Canvas data. That's exactly what I was going to say. That was my point as well, Dan. Crotch thrust again, by the way. That one's less subtle. Look at that. It's out further than the chest. Fair play to him. Comes with his
I think
missile
he's got a
launcher.
hernia, to be honest.
Put his back out.
Oh.
Hey, he's 40 years old now. He's got to be careful. It does look good in robot mode. That looks like one of those Lego speed races. If you don't know the Lego set speed races, after the show, Google. It just, it looks less good to me in that mode.
It's not
I think I
very
get it.
aerodynamic.
I get that it looks less good if you lack taste, but if you've got taste, I think it looks really good. Like,
but would you buy a car like that, which is blocky and
yeah,
non-aerodynamic?
100%. I will drive it around to work.
Because
It'd
it
be really
doesn't need the
practical.
wings, does it? Because it's not like it's going to take off with all those sharp walk edges.
You don't know what
crevices.
planet this drives on. It might not be Earth.
I mean, all fair points apart from the bit where you said it looks good. But yeah, it's there anyway.
Hundreds of comments coming in saying they agree with Paul.
That
I've seen two so far. Anyway, there's the speakers.
That'd be
so I
good for
enjoyed it.
TF Nation playing some sound system outside in the car park, just blasting it into the hotel.
Blowing the windows out so we can all hear it. And there it is.
Listen to Electric Callboy all the time.
Yeah. It's still on some of my playlists. They come up every now and again. I said I mean, it's the band, but they come up every now and again. They did a song, didn't they, with it's that Japanese metal band?
Oh, Baby Metal.
That's it.
Yeah. Funny
It
enough,
wasn't
I know
actually
that.
that bad.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Anyway, that's all the third-party news. We finish on Jesse Jeff there. Great robot mode, questionable car mode.
Not questionable. Right, pickups.
We now return to the Transformers.
Are we asking
Aw.
a certain gentleman on?
Yeah, go for it. I was just saying, Guzzy said, thanks, TF, the show, for introducing me to Electric Callboy. No problem.
And Bristol, are you available to jump on if you're still listening, or is Bristol going off to D&D somewhere?
He is smothered in cake.
Oh, yeah.
In his house on his birthday.
As it should be.
Spelling of the sewer, which is a Dungeons and Dragons Baldur's Gate reference. I don't think he's still.
I thought you'd just be really insulting. It smells like a sewer.
Us Baldur's Gate players, we know what that means.
Have you seen Secret Level on Prime?
No, but I was about to
Yes,
watch it, and then
yes, I
Lynn
watched
said
them
she
all.
wanted to watch it, so I have to wait now till she's available.
Some people are so selfish.
It is absolutely amazing.
It is.
Absolutely so good, isn't it? And I watched the Warhammer one first of all. That was really, 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 really good. But the other ones are amazing. Like the one with, I can't remember which one it is, but the one with the king who ends up in the land.
Yes.
He keeps coming, but that is standout.
Isn't that Arnold Schwarzenegger as well? Because they like
thought
their
it
actual
sounded
celebrity
like-
voices. There's Keanu Reeves is in one of them. I won't give too much away, but he's in one of them. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is the king in that one. Or at least
Is
somebody
he?
doing a very good Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. if it's
Yeah.
not.
Or just an Austrian,
Sounds
because Austrians do have a
I don't think
country.
they all sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger, though. Especially the women.
Austria.
I mean, he looks like
I've
got
Schwarzenegger as well.
Anyway.
Hello,
Yeah, that
Paul.
Warhammer was excellent. Yeah, I agree completely. And the others are good too. It's well worth a watch when you get the chance.
Yeah, Pac-Man. was
Oh
great.
yeah, the Pac-Man one. Mellow Shady's
Brutal.
right. Pac-Man one is that was the
It's
only
not
one
one
that
you can
kind
watch
of-
with the kids.
No, none of them really. If we're being honest. Anyway, what are we
Right,
doing
cool.
again?
Pickups, isn't it?
Pickups.
Bissa said he can come on, so come on in. It'd be fun if he's
Woohoo!
indulged in a lot of birthday brandy. Just comes on, swears.
Come on,
at us.
Besto.
Histo. I'm
So
sure he's
someone
not though. He's a
Send
responsible
him the
drinker.
link. Whilst we do that, I'll get my pickups.
I think Janie's on the link, so I'm just going to sit here.
I'm
and-
not. I can't even get onto my fucking Facebook because it's asking for a fucking code. It's asking-
Fine, I'll do it. But somebody else do their pickups, so it's not dead space. Or people just watching us trying to send messages.
So I'm kind of
Old men Trying to use technology.
How does it work again? Right.
I
Although,
can
to
do
be fair-
pickups.
Yeah, you do
I
yours.
asked him to do mine.
All right.
Oh, you do yours.
So I've got one
Unbelievable.
pickup this week, which was really exciting, which is the Golden Editions, the Golden Lagoon Blockies set. So this is the 2024 version, which I found on eBay, which was a bit cheaper than the link that I posted out originally. There's still some up there for sale. They're about £60. And I haven't opened it yet. I'm really excited. I also, and thanks to Russ, Toys R Us ordered the 2025 set, which you can get now, which is up on Show Z. So they're both available. But yeah, so excited to get this open. And they're all gold. Look. And there's a Seeker. They're like some of the best molds you could choose because you want the Seeker to go with all your Seeker. You want a Prime because there's like 20 Prime. If there's another one you'd want, it's got to be one of the Datsuns to go with those. So they've done really well with that. So I'm probably going to do a little unboxing video now and just get them open. I'm not going to make them now live on the show. Don't worry.
You're just going to show us some bits.
I'm just going to see what
Here's
it
a-
comes in because it's different to normal boxes. It's got like a little concave
Yeah.
around here. Let's find out what's in there. Come with me on a Blockies journey.
Of discovery.
Smells of China. Oh, Blockies. Let's open it up. Whoa, look at this.
Oh dear.
Look at that.
Is it
This is-
heavy?
No, it's not that heavy. It's not real gold.
Not made of actual gold.
No,
it's a shame.
disappointing.
Oh, that's annoying.
They come in these little packs, which they make up the.
Oh, does it actually have the characters there? So it's not like a blind box.
No, it's not. No, it's not a blind box. It's like when you get the actual ones. It's got two guys there. They form the top of the head. Or the also got the insignia, and it's got the bottom. It's three more.
Quite
The
see
middle,
Blockies are doing
I'm not sure what's in the
remarkably
middle.
well with the packaging, the finished. You know, everything about it is like I think a high-end product.
Yeah, it definitely is.
That's amazing. I can't wait to get stuck into that at some point.
So just remind us which characters are in there.
So
You've got
you've
the whole
got
wave
Prowl, Ironhide, Optimus Prime, Starscream, and I don't care. It's one of the
Long
Shut the coins.
Devastator limbs. Baby Brian, his name is. Yeah, proper excited about that. Now, the only thing I haven't got, which hurts me to my core, is the pink Optimus Prime, which was released in the two of the think they were Comic Cons, but in sort of like Singapore and China. So
I
there's
wish
a bounty.
actually I knew about that, because what I should have done was I could have just asked some of my family to just go there. I might have had to pay for the damn ticket to get in, but just buy one. It would have been probably cheaper than the prices they're paying now.
Yeah, well, I can't find one to buy. I don't really care how much it is. I just really need one. So I'm happy where it is. But literally, I can't find one to buy. No, it's only just happened. So it only happened in the last couple of days. I'm guessing some will start appearing on eBay. I've been keeping an eye on Chinese eBay, Singapore eBay, and worldwide eBay just to see if I can find one. But I've only seen
I love the fact you've just told everybody, if you've got one, I will pay through the nose.
So much money.
At least 30 quid. At least 30 quid. Maybe 35.
There's a HasLab unicorn
and
up
a
there
toffee
waiting
crisp.
to be sold. So yeah, no, but I reckon I'll be able to find one. Graham seems to be quite confident he'll be able to get one. But yeah, if you do have one, my starting price is £200. If you can find one, sell it to me. I'll happily pay that.
I like the fact that Graham has a Blockies guy over there.
I've got a Blackies guy. Hey, it's birthday!
Yes. Oh my god, he really is drunk. He's sideways. No, wait, he's got a gun.
Well, that's
And he's
all.
back. Hey.
How are you doing, sir? Have you had a good birthday?
It's been all right so far, just a day off and went for a meal with the parents, and now watching Transformers the show. What could be better?
I bet you're like, I'm going to go out for my birthday. Have a really good night. And Jamie's like, could you come on the show? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm on your stupid show.
Oh, no, I've got to go to the cinema tomorrow, then people coming around my house for drinks, so that's the...
Well, you're there, hopefully.
Yeah. If anyone's free in Bolton tomorrow, just come round. For
Sapporo or two. Well, happy birthday, sir. Cheers.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Thank
Bisto.
you.
birthday,
Bisto and all that.
So that's all I got. Was,
Happy.
I've got some Iron Brew. I'll save myself, haven't I?
Oh, dear.
I had some Iron Brew like last week, and it was the Iron Brew that John sent me, and then I was really ill. I was ill to begin with, but then I got really ill again. I think he was trying to poison me.
that sounds like you licked it. And
Just 1 second.
I think in Scotland I had too much of the sugar Iron Brew.
Andy, what did you get this week? What were your pickups?
Let's see. Well, did I mention Studio
Sorry, I'm not
Series 86
prepared.
Optimus Prime last week?
I
I think I did for about the fourth week in a row, but I actually opened him. So
Oh, wow.
that's just newsworthy that I opened him. Yeah,
What do you
it's
think?
pretty good. Very solid feeling. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. In robot mode. Very, very solid feeling.
He can give a punch, doesn't he?
Big pun?
You can give a good punch as a toy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you chuck this against a wall, I'm not sure the wall's going to survive. I'm not planning to find out because he's hard to pick up and he costs a lot of money. But
I've heard it's made out of Nokia 3210s. Generally,
the hardest substance known to man. But no, he's good. He is good, and I hope everybody who wants to get one, who didn't get one originally, manages to get one. And then, obviously, we're near Christmas, so like stuff's arriving in the house that is, I'm openly being told, "Oh yeah, that's for you." And then it disappears, and it's hidden away somewhere. So the only other stuff I've been given this week, which came as part of something else, but has been passed on to me because it was thought I would like them, are some comic books. I haven't bought comic books for ages because I don't have a local comic book shop and I don't like buying online. But I've got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic. Don't know if anybody's got this one and knows whether it's any good, but I'm going to give that a little read. And I've got 2 G.I. Joe comics. Have you got these, Jamie?
No, but it's hard to tell actually from looking at the cover.
It just says G.I. Joe on the front. Issue number 22. Parental advisory. Naughty. Bit of blue for dads. I haven't looked at it yet, but it's there. And then G.I. Joe Cobra. So these might not be recent because it doesn't. I don't think have a date on, does it? Not that I can see.
Because I know
there you go.
IDW did different G.I. Joe stories.
These are old because the
I was
adverts
reading
infestation on the
The
back.
original G.I. Joe, which IDW also continued, so it's on. It's the longest running comic book for a while, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm going to give them a spin. I'm interested to give them a read and just see what they're like, because obviously the vast majority of comic books I've read have been the Transformers ones, so it'll be interesting to see how these compare. But that's it, because it's nearly Christmas. Shouldn't be getting pickups now. God damn it.
And just last question on Studio Series Prime. What would you say he's significantly better than Earthrise?
I would say he is definitely a different version of Optimus Prime.
I would say he's better.
I think the thing is the Netflix one is excellent. I think this is also excellent. I don't think I would go as far as to say significantly better, but then it depends if you really wanted that. Like, it looks like the Optimus Prime from Transformers the movie. That's the thing. It's like it's him in toy form, whereas the other ones I don't think necessarily have that same aura to them. But they're all Optimus Prime. I mean, for Christ's sake, how many Optimus Primes have we had this year that come out? And like, there's more coming next year. I'm going to end up sick of the sight of the guy.
I feel you're saying get both. I'll tell you.
Yeah, get both.
I just said both.
Definitely get both.
Jamie, did you have anything this week, sir?
Yes, I got some stuff. Basically, like Andy, well, fuck something.
Oh God, something's gone wrong. What was that?
I don't know, but it was.
Tell me
Heavy.
it wasn't something valuable.
That's worrying. Oh, fuck. Wait a minute. I'm just.
You want to come back in a second? Oh God, I shouldn't laugh, but I think he may have just broken something valuable. Bisto,
Hello.
it's your birthday, isn't it?
Did you get any birthday presents which were Transformers or similar? Or anything really?
Well, I've got Robo Rally, the Transformers edition.
Nice.
So this is a board game where you have to like program your little robots to go on a race course. Not all similar to the Iacon 5000, because you put the track on anyway. The track doesn't appear magically. And so basically, you put these little maps and you program your little guys. It's for up to 6 players, and it's just like a kind of weird things because they've gone for. There's Optimus Prime. There's Megatron. There's like 2 obvious characters in it, and then it's Blur Racing. I can see why they've got Blur. Drag Strip as well, and then we also have I think it's RC and Flame War.
That kind of makes sense, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's kind of. I think it was probably put into concept at the time of the previous, the second IDW comic. When that was probably going around, because Flame War was quite a big character in that. So, other than that, she's very obscure because obviously it started off as a convention exclusive. So,
TCG, the game they had Flame War. I remember seeing quite a lot of Flame War in that game.
And then I'm doing a opening as we go because I've not got a chance to open these yet. I was saving opening them for today, and now might as well open them now. We've got Iron Factory's samurai version of Ratchet. So I quite like the Ironhide they did. So I thought, I'll get Ratchet as well. But then Kapow had MMC Chops, which is the helicopter from Ruination. Which is again convention exclusive. I'm not sure what that means anymore because if you can just buy them from Kapow when they come into stock. It's not. But yeah, so and this is one of the MMC's all built-in combiners. So I'm kind of getting Magic Square for the Combaticons, and I don't think I intend to combine them into Bruticus. I've got an Iron Factory boot because he's legend scale. It does me just fine. But I quite like Ruination just because some of the colours and the gold and stuff. So I thought I might get a big Ruination. So I've got this guy here.
Oh, is that the chicken?
Chops.
No,
It's not bumper chicken, no.
Just take it from there.
it's Vortex repainted.
Vortex
Oh.
repaint in
Was it
lovely
called-
blues and reds and oranges.
Was he called Rotor? The original.
I think it was Rotor, which is sounds a bit GoBotish, doesn't it?
It does. Very much so.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've got today. So
Decent pickups and birthday presents. Andy, we've done you. Jamie, we've done you as well. Oh no, we
No, we haven't.
Jamie.
It's disaster struck.
So what I picked up is I went to Battersea Transformer store, and I was actually quite ill, so maybe not the best, but I went there and I picked up a magnet. Well, not a magnet, magnetic bottle opener. And I've sent this to the other guys on Transformers the show, so we could all have matching bottle openers there. And it's a magnet, so you could attach it to your fridge, so you're not going to lose it, or not to your monitor because you'll fuck it up. But to somebody,
Got it. Attach it to the monitor.
Yes. But yes, I got that, and it's actually quite heavy. I mean, you could kill some. Not that I would recommend. I would never recommend hunting anyone. I'm going to stop this conversation because it's bad. But it's quite heavy. It's like a ninja star. Obviously, I went to Battersea and I got some of the comics. I got the one done by the iconic artist, which is brilliant. I had to get the black and white one as well because I just had to. There was plenty of copies there, so I would presume there would still be more there. Obviously, when you get one comic, you end up getting more comics, and you get more comics, and more comic. And they've got omnibus comics as well, like G.I. Joe, which I was very tempted at. More comics, and even more and more. So good stuff, and actually good prices on the comics as such. Also, I picked up a flask, which I'm going to be using for TF Nation, filled with water, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
It always keep hydrated, people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Important.
It's like
Very important.
it's there, So if you see me putting some water into Coke, it's the diluted brine.
Mhm.
Yes. If you see me drinking it straight, maybe call an ambulance. I don't know. For me. That message to me, Lynn. Also picked up the Transformers 1 4K ultra high definition DVD.
Nice.
With the Blu-ray as well. As a true fan and connoisseur, I just think it was good to support and the wonderful, talented people behind all of this. So awesome. And just going to share this. You might have seen this on Twitter. It's had about 3,500 likes. It's been shared around. It's been shared on Instagram. Other people are sharing it as well. And it's good because they're sharing it with the logo and stuff. This has been made by Transformers the Show. It is original work. So it's good to see when people are sharing this, they're keeping the logo there, to advertise the show. And that's all we can ever ask. So that's awesome. But yes, you will see it out there. And it's all about the planet of junk being the bottom part of actual Cybertron, which was blown away in the Cybertronian Wars. And maybe even deliberately as the tribe of Autobots were trying to escape because there was obviously cannibals going around at the time and stuff. And then over time, junk from the space bridge helped to make a new planet, which became Junkion. That's an old one there where we talked about this sort of Cybertron and its size, and that to show you they'll be using the same graphic model which I made up. I should actually go, yeah, that's the Earth, and that's Cybertron, which was about the size of Saturn according to issue 1 of Transformers UK comic. And there's a Christmas sort of picture I've done of Blockies.
Yay.
Optimus Prime, Ryan Pax. Is it D16? Is it D16? I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Megatron. And then you got a little one there, and there's Megatron, you know, the gag being, you know, there's always someone that takes it too far in the Christmas party, and there's Bumblebee sort of running off in the distance. So I tried to do a festive picture, and because it took me all this time to build this diorama, I will be using this until March. So there'll be lots of Transformer pictures in the snow with the exact same mountain range until March. I do love the little block. That was my first time of the Galaxy blockies. I've never built a Galaxy blockie before, and absolutely superb and really good fun actually, and very intuitive. Obviously, being more of an astute mind and then more of an engineer, I was always after the classic editions, which were much more complicated.
One of us.
He's joining us.
One of us.
Jamie, there's like 80 of them.
Version, there's a lot of character to it, so I could almost start to see and understand where it's coming from.
How it starts.
It's going to get to the point at TFN where we'll see somebody who doesn't like blockies and we'll all just point and go,
This isn't a
it'll be
blockie,
horrible.
this is May Lynn. This is my
That's May
partner. Okay, so, and this is how Battersea, as you can see, she's just full of joy and energy. There she is, scared of Grimlock. There she is there, starting to think about her life choices. She's thought about her life choices, and they're not
Just
good. I think she's decided.
She looks overjoyed there.
Yes. Someone came up to her to say, "Are you okay?" You know? You know?
Do
And
you
I
hear
thought,
it against your will?
Was she blinking a lot? Was that?
yes. Morse code. Get away from me, you fat fuck. No, yeah, so there was lots of
These aren't blockies.
well, these are Robeson, and I noticed that the cardboard was ripped up there, you know, so nothing against Robeson, the batteries in the shop, but obviously bats seem to like to visit the store as well. Or maybe it's just me and I didn't realise and I just started chewing at the boxes. Yes, looking at the statues is wonderful. It's a wonderful store just to actually visit. Lots of blockies, more blockies, lots of sort of cool stuff. I would say though, to go to the store itself, I think you should make it a day to see the Olive Battersea Power Station. It is very iconic. It's a lot of heritage to it. There's other wonderful stores around there, so make it a sort of day visit. I wouldn't go just for the Transformers the store, but if you're going for a whole day just to look around and enjoy some of the restaurants and some of the bars and other stores and the chocolate shop, which is brilliant, it will be good. And the staff are exceptional. The staff are very helpful and very knowledgeable, and just make it a nice experience. And in that case, it's good. But a lot of the merchandise, well, the thing is, a lot of the Transformer fans here, you're on this, you're watching this show, you're going to know the prices of what blockies are. You're going to know the prices of most of the products in there. So you're going to know you're paying over the odds, apart from the comics, which are actually quite fair price. So you know what you're going into, but the difference is you're getting this experience, you're getting in your hand. You could immediately sort of walk out, and there's other stuff to go there. And plus, you know, taking your photos with the statues there, taking your photos with the sort of blank screen, which one of the staff will help you with, so you can have a virtual background through the app. It's all good fun. So I would say it's definitely worth to go there with your friends if you're going out in a day out, but I wouldn't just go there for the store. And I would say that for anything, any store. I wouldn't just go traveling into London for one store. Make it a journey, plan it out, and think to see other stuff. Because what we did is we went into the store, left it, went for something to eat, came back to the store later, and we went to other places as well, and it just made it much more enjoyable. For the sort of Transformer UK viewers, you'll probably have noticed that yesterday was, I think, 38 years ago when Transformers the movie came out into the cinemas, I think, which was the 12th of December. So it was just a time to remember with the USA, the Japan, and the UK iconic posters. To me, the UK poster always wins. And I know the Japanese poster is very iconic as well. But it's just something about that UK poster, which always to me was just magical. So I was just looking back at my old DVD, and one of the posters I've got up on my wall, and that original magical poster, which is the UK. So some indulgence there for me, just thinking back to Transformers UK. Now, next week, I think we're going to have, is it Jack Lawrence, isn't it, on as a guest?
Yes, Jack Lawrence will be joining us next
And
week.
Peter Cullen.
He's still a maybe. We're still waiting to
Oh,
hear
is he
back.
maybe? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
So next
Cheeky
week,
old
we're
Pedro.
going to be trying to figure out, it might be next week, hopefully with Jack Lawrence, because we need to organise it. We're going to be giving these two things as a prize. Blocky's Megatron and Blocky's Elita 1. Now, obviously, because it's the 20th of December, you won't be getting it until January, to sometime in January.
Ooh.
But we will be offering a prize. We're just going to have to work out the details, but it will be during the show. And it's to celebrate, obviously, having one of the best artists and one of the best guests we've ever had, apart from, obviously, Bristol, Jack Lawrence.
Great
That is
save.
awesome. Oh, God, he wants the
Are those
Elita.
classics, Mars?
Well, I got the Elita recently as well. I was going to bring it down, but she's in the Christmas tree. So,
Where she should be.
mhm.
So you can win them
Yeah,
next
then
week
they-
on next week's show. And Jack Lawrence is coming back, so we must not have offended him
He's
too much. That's amazing.
or he just likes that kind
And
of
he's
thing.
coming
Yeah.
back. He's actually coming back on the show.
Returning
what the
guest.
hell?
And he's doing the comic work for the cover of Lower Decks. Which
Yes.
is, have you been watching the latest season of Lower Decks?
I haven't watched it yet because I'm
No.
still catching up on the previous ones because I kind of got out of the habit of watching it. So now I need to be caught up.
I won't tell Jack that. But
And he's worked on both Transformers and Sonic the Comic. So,
Yes.
yeah.
that's Chris McFree's come on at the same time. Sonic comic. He loves Sonic, doesn't he?
He does love Sonic.
Yeah.
Is that the only reason?
Yeah. that's it.
Who doesn't love a bit of Sonic? Because I'm getting Sonic the crossover. To me, that's an essential purchase.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Definitely. 100%.
The latest Lower Decks episodes is
Charlie.
it's got characters in from all over Star Trek. It's really, really good. If you've seen it, it's the Harry Kim one. It's amazing. No spoilers. Cool. Okay, well, let's do our foreplay.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. They'll think you want to join in.
Probably should have told you this before, Bisto. Can you remember Titan's Return? Last week we did Combiner Wars.
Maybe, yeah.
Who remembers
Look
Titan's
back
Return?
in time to Titan's Return.
Yeah, now for me, it was a huge line as well. When you look at the number of bots which came out in Titan's Return, it's absolutely humongous. Probably one of the biggest lines that Hasbro ever released. For me, it's probably one of my favorite ones. And one when you had Combiner Wars, they really took it up a step with Titan's Return. There were so many amazing characters. But tonight, we're going to try and choose our top 5 robots from Titan's Return. Now, can I go to you, Andy, to take us off and kick off our top 5?
You can.
Jamie.
Although the timing was slightly awkward, but yes, I can. No, I can do. I can do it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right. There's tons, literally tons, of great figures from the Titans Return line. Combiner Wars, we talked about that last week. There's so many great figures that are in Titans Return. It gave us the Headmasters again. It gave us like my favorite character from the Headmasters at the time, Highbrow, apart from Scorponok, but we didn't get that toy then. It gave us not just the Headmaster, but like there was so many great toys. We had 2 Titans that came out of the line. Fucking brilliant. So what have I gone for? Obviously, I've gone for this. So I've gone for Sentinel Prime. Now, I've gone for Sentinel Prime because I really like the design from the comic book. I want to say IDW. It was IDW by then. And he was part of the Megatron origin story. I think somebody in the chat will correct me if I'm wrong. I know they always will. The lovely people. But I always loved the design of him, and I always liked the fact he was this strangely, I'm not going to say evil, but he just was like, he was quite happy to kill people just to make sure that peace continued to reign. And he was part of the problem, if we're being honest, and part of the reason why at one point Autobots weren't looked on as being a good thing. But I like the original toy. When Titans Return came out, I remember the first toys, I'm sure it was the Voyagers, were the first ones that dropped in Smith's. It must have been Smith's at that point. And the first two were Galvatron and Sentinel Prime. And I went down there, would have gone down there with my kids and the wife for probably something for them. And they were both... And straight away the wife said, well, you can get them. You've got to get them. The new one's out. And of the two of them, I thought Sentinel Prime would be the rubbish. And I loved it. I still love it. The Sentinel Prime in the photo is the one from the 3-pack that was an SDCC exclusive. And I just love it. I love the design. I love the head sculpt. I love... Especially if you can give him extra guns. I haven't got the upgrade kit that some people got, but if you can give him extra guns, he just looks freaking awesome. And I can't explain it. I can't explain it anything beyond something about the look of it. Something about the fact that he is kind of such a shady bugger. He was like remembered as an Autobot hero in the comic books, but those who actually knew he wasn't necessarily that. Kind of died. He lived badly, but died well because he tried to take on Megatron, and it did not go well for him, even with like battle armor on and stuff. But I love the toy. I think the toy. I know people say, "Well, it was supposed to be Astro Train." I'm not so sure it was. I just don't think the two modes, particularly Astro Trainy. I know they say one of them's a train. Is it a train? Is it really a train? I don't think it looks like a train. And then the space shuttle one looked like the Autobot shuttle. Not exactly the same, obviously, but looked a lot like the kind of Autobot shuttles that they had. So I love it, but I just love the look of him. He is a badass, naughty Prime, even though he wasn't. I don't think he was officially a Prime, was he? Was he a real Prime? I don't think he was he? I can't think he was one of those ones that kind of gave himself the name. But I just like him. I know we've had a lot of Sentinel Primes recently. We've got the blue and yellow guys. We've got Transformers 1. We've had Transformers Animated. But this design is one of my favourites from Titans Return. It was just a really nice surprise, especially as it was one of the first figures I picked up from the line. I really like him. I'd like an updated version. Hasbro, if you're watching, doesn't have to be the blue and yellow guy, please. Can we have one of the orange guy? Because he looked cool. So, yeah. I can't really explain it any more than that. I could have picked most of the figures in the Titans Return line because they're all good in some way. But Sentinel Prime, first one I picked up, and I really, really like it. I can't really explain why. It's like Paul in that alternate mode for that Jazz we saw earlier on. Jazzy, you can't really explain why he likes it. He just does.
It's unnatural love.
It's unnatural love,
But it feels right.
Unnatural love. Anyway, we can make a tune out of that. But yeah, I'm going to go with Titans Return, Sentinel Prime, whether it's the regular one or this nicer SDCC one. Just a really great start to the Titans Return line.
Cool. Great choice. Great choice. Right, my one, which is probably, he never really gets much love. I'll go for two little mentions first of all. The first one was Alpha Trion. He's got just two really good modes. And he was one which I picked up later in the series because I wasn't that bothered about him, like you were saying. When I finally got him though, I was like, oh, this guy's really good. He is hot. The next one was just Overlord. Just like, it's so weird because they've just done nothing wrong with this robot. It is just Overlord. It does all the modes absolutely perfectly, and it's just got loads of play value. But the one that I love the most, probably, and I think you've mentioned this a few times, Andy, is Power Master Prime. He just gets no love at all. And I think he's a fantastic bot, and I don't understand what the hatred towards him is, because no one really mentions him in terms of being a Power Master. You don't see him much. People don't really take photos of him. Some people don't even look at him when they see him. They avoid looking directly into his eyes. But he's a brilliant Transformer all around. Great modes. He's really reminiscent of the G1 original. And he is so poseable. And when you were so used to the G1 toy, which had no posability at all, and then you finally got this bad boy, it was like, fuck, he's good. And I would just love a third-party redo of him, make him a bit thicker maybe, a bit stronger, but yeah, great. The only one which I think tops it is probably Fans Hobby.
Thick is the word of the day.
It is.
I thought about the Prime as well, part of that Optimus Prime, because Power Master Optimus Prime could have had that one, couldn't we? And Overlord, but I'm going to say it before Jamie does. The Takara one's better. Just saying. It is. It's better. Some of us have that one.
Sky Shadow, Charlie G said, yeah, he was great as well. Really enjoyed.
Yes,
and another
Sky
one,
Shadow. What a figure that is as well. Brilliant.
Takara, Scourge, Black Shadow.
Not
This
Scourge.
you chosen one.
Yeah, I'll go for a cheeky mention first, which is Titans Return. Well, maybe the Takara version of Windblade.
Yeah.
It's one I've never owned. One I've always wanted. It's got away from me. I refuse to pay the stupid prices that she goes for now.
Engaged,
But I think, we've not really had. Seeing as Windblade was this kind of, fan vote bot, and they had the first release that was, obviously done from the poll and the choices, and then they based the character on that from IDW. But there was enough changes from the IDW comic to from the actual toy figure that we've never really had a representation of how she's looked in the comics. And even with the Legacy, it's based on the Cyberverse version as well. So I think the Titans Return one is the closest we've had to Windblade from own comic book series. So I would have quite liked to get that, but yeah, I'm not praying. I think back now and think when I saw it, I'm sure she was on sale at Kapow at some point, and I never got it. And now you just look at the prices and you go, "What a fool!"
Sometimes I see her still going for about 50 quid, which is actually quite a good price, I think.
Yeah, it is, but it's not when you think back, like you said, it was on sale at one point. I love it. That's my favourite version of Windblade 2, Bister.
But I think for the one that I'd go for one that I own, it's Trigger Happy.
Yeah.
I think Trigger Happy was just like when it was in the first wave, I believe, if I remember correctly, back into those days. And we're like, oh no, what do we do? The Target Masters as Headmasters now. It's ridiculous. But then we got it in hand, and that transformation on all those guns, and it was just like, this is really next. This is a next level deluxe. This is really showing what they can do on that budget, and it was just such a joyous figure. And then all of the Target Masters they've done were excellent. Not that I'm saying they should do them again, because it's about time. It's about time for us to get some more. Redo the Target Masters, I think. Well, they've not even done all the Autobot ones yet, so.
Yeah, those Target Masters were all good. And they were all basically based off that Trigger Happy mold, weren't they? Which was exceptional. Definitely.
Oh, so clever. Such a clever boy. Jamie.
Trigger Happy. There's no point now.
Sorry.
You ruined it.
Oh well. It's good.
What are your thoughts on Trigger Happy, Jamie?
Well, unlike Bristol, I make sure to get the Takada versions, so I'm obviously a step up. But I've so technically it's not really Titans Return, it's the Takada version, but I have got the Titans Return version as well, up in the loft in a nice secure plastic box covered in bubble wrap. But yes, it's an awesome figure, and what I just love about it is you can do the sort of thing with like you do with the original G1 toy. Is just move away the hand and then bring that, and he's got like massive guns. And I love that from the original G1 toy. So by sheer chance and design, they've got it there. And to be honest, all they need to do with Trigger Happy, he's got waist swivel, limited. Oh, it's actually not bad waist swivel. It's just very lower down. All it really needs is an ankle till, and if we upscaled it, they could just release it again. There's not much that we need to do, and I don't see why they should have to just upscale it, Hasbro. That's all you need to do, Hasbro, is upscale it and give us Autobots. Two simple things you need to do, Hasbro, and you never do. But it's just that, and they can do that with all the Target Masters, like really with Misfire, etc. Even with the Headmasters, they can just upscale them, give them ankle tilts, and you're sorted.
Trigger Happy's great. That jet mode as well, the spaceship, whatever it is. X-Wing type thing.
Well, the mode got used for Blood, didn't it? And it also got used for Titans Return RC. It's just an exceptionally good mold.
Cool.
Yes.
We all agree that mold was brilliant. The alt mode was brilliant. Just like Bingo Toys, Jazz. Just two great molds
Jazzy.
in the universe. Just ping it out there. Fantastic. Right, it's time for discussion.
We now return to the Transformers.
Tonight on discussion, we are talking about Transformers and the social scene that erupts around it. Do you have more details, Andy? Because this was what you posted. You stuck this on Facebook. We got loads of comments as well, some really good comments.
Yeah, well, it was basically because obviously, there's a lot of negativity often that pops up here and there around the community and stuff, and that's fine. You get it in all communities, but there should be a lot of positivity as well, because we see a lot of positivity from people who kind of support us in what we do. And you see it a lot of this time of year with Christmas, because, we have maybe friends, family members, people we know who are happy to pick up, for example, Transformers for us for Christmas presents and things like that. Santa as well, of course, he brings them. So the whole point of the discussion was to kind of focus on that positive side of what we do, and think about the people around you who support you in what you do, who are a positive influence in terms of what you do, and give people a chance to kind of highlight that, which is what we tried to do with the post in the group. It was a chance for people to kind of sound off and say who's been a positive influence for you while you've been doing whatever hobbies you do, not just Transformers, but any hobbies you do, and just say who they are and how they help you. And we had quite a lot of comments in there, which was nice, and it was nice to see a lot of positivity. So yeah, that's it basically. So I don't know if anybody wants to go first, or has anybody in mind that they think in particular has been a positive influence when they've been doing either this hobby or any of the hobbies that you might have that involve, Transformers or toys or collecting or, anything that's non-harmful. Let's not go with hunting. Well, when I go big game hunting, I like my Uncle Dave because he gives me a massive shotgun. No, let's keep it clean.
Quite a few people said in the chat that it was on the Facebook group Transformers the Show, it was their wives or significant others or boyfriends, husbands or girlfriends that really supported them massively on this. Probably some of it's just by allowing it to happen, I think, and not so much tolerating it, but not so much encouraging it. Somewhere in between those two things.
I like that wording. Allowing it. Just allow it to happen. Just allow it to happen. Just come to peace with it. It's not going to change. We've started.
It'll be a phase, and it never is a phase. It's forever inevitable. Yes.
They'll get bored eventually. Will we though?
Yeah, will we? I remember when we said, I'm doing a podcast on a Friday night. And the other day I was like, we've done 250. She's like, what the fuck? Are you saying you've been doing that stupid podcast for almost 5 years? It's like, yeah.
I mean, you throw the hours in. You put, and not just the hours of actually doing the show, but the preparation. And the original shows, remember how long those could be? We'd be on for like 3 or 4 hours, and they were recorded, and then it was all trimmed down by like Paul or whoever was editing at that point, giving up.
I've got to say, I think with a faster machine, editing was much easier.
Well, maybe there's that, but yeah, flags.
I used to edit it and then I used to leave it and we'd go out. And I didn't realize you needed a GPU to edit stuff at the time. And then obviously I'll go into computers. And then I was like, fuck. And then it does it really quickly. But it's still that editing time just takes so much, cutting it all down and stuff. And poor old Lisa, so she had me doing the show with you guys. We used to do it on the Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we record on the Saturday night and then record again because we'd forget to press record. And then Sunday we would spend 2 to 3 hours editing the show. And whereas now we do it live, which is much more easier, but a lot more riskier. So it swings around.
Remember that time we recorded, was it 4 times? 3 times, and it was the 4th time we actually got it right. Yeah.
3 times.
Didn't press record the first time. There was some issue the second time, so we had to re-record it a third time. And by then we were all, yeah.
Bear in mind, we've been drinking the whole time.
Did it end up being one of the best ones we'd done in terms of the fun we had doing it? Because we were all kind of at the end of our tether. It was like, we're doing this again, come on. But actually, we all kind of just had a laugh from start to finish and just turned out to be one of the better ones. But yeah, you're right about wags and girlfriends and partners and whoever it is. Like the amount of sacrifices they have to make. For us, it's every Friday night. Come on, Jay. Maylin may be ecstatic. Oh, you're going away for a few hours. I can have the telly. That's lovely.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is with Claire now. Because every time I say, I can take a week. No, you're fine. I've got things to watch. Bye.
Go on the show.
You're not
Yeah.
watching football tonight. So yeah, I think you do have to kind of where you're lucky enough to have that shout out to them because not everybody does, but where you have got people who support you with it and kind of are happy
Speaking
to
of
allow you
daycare
to
centre for us lot, hasn't it?
Busted to take her. Where is it? Isn't there a country now? Is it Japan? Where they've got like little booths that wives can leave their husbands in while they go shopping. It's like a comfy chair.
Did you say boobs?
Yes, booths.
No boots.
Trust me, if it was the other one, we'd be bringing that over here. Yeah, but like that is, that's really good that people are happy enough to do that. And, it does mean something when you've got a partner or not even a partner, because it can be family, can't it? Like, the fact that my mum, I am a 45-year-old man, for Christ's sake, and my mum consistently every birthday and Christmas will buy me some form of Transformer. It will be. And there must be some part of her that's sat at home going, but, she does it because she knows it makes her happy. And at the end of the day, that's the important thing to them. And that's what we've got to be thankful for from that point of view. But it's not always a family member, is it? It can be other people as well. And we saw that with some of the people in the chat. Is there anybody, Bisto, that you've had, for example, that not just family members, but any friends and things that have been really supportive?
Well, I think, with I don't know if it's more mutual support, but with my friend Duncan, who we go to TFN with, basically we probably wouldn't go if it wasn't for him. He's kind of, we were both kind of like, should we go to a convention? We met through live role playing. We were both randomly talking about Transformers at some point, and then because I'd been to a auto assembly at one point in the past and didn't really stick around. And I said, I went, and they said, well, then we were just arranged to go to one together, and we've just had a whale of a time ever since, going every year. So AA and auto assembly, that is, not even AA. They've not got me yet. TFN. So I'll try and kick him up the ass to get to TF UK Con this year as well. So we'll, but yeah, I think it's just be very supportive of kind of each other. I think just generally that, and just other people within the community. Like when I first started doing YouTube videos for Transformers, I think both like Dave Mentz and Brad and Stuart Grimlock, I can't remember his name, Grimlock, whatever, who used to run the Transformers YouTube community Facebook page.
Oh yeah,
they were always very supportive of people who started doing YouTube videos then at that time. I think currently your first subscriber, young RJ, I find his enthusiasm is very infectious, isn't it, for the for the brand? So
he's class.
That's a man who loves. That's a man who loves Transformers. Loves his Transformers.
Yeah, definitely. Jamie, what about you?
I think supportive is obviously the Transformers the show guys, which is Paul, Andy, and Pete, and yourself actually, Bisto, and RJ. Anytime I make a comment in a sort of YouTube chat, it's always you, Bisto, and RJ, and the Transformers the show guys who comment and give a heart and stuff like that, and say stuff, which is good because I did think about when I got my calendar thing. I went, maybe I'll, instead of posting the YouTube chat, which I'll just message Bisto and RJ. Then I thought, well, it's your birthday the next day and stuff like that. And I thought, no, I'll sort of just talk about it on the show and stuff. But and it's also other people like Charlie. Charlie, with his bright t-shirts, TF Nation, full of joy. But he does a lot of building his own dioramas for his YouTube videos, and it's these little things that sink in. I mean, I've never forgiving you for watching that YouTube video with the fucking helicopter, which I've fucking
He's up
bought.
here.
It's,
Get it down. If you want.
it's not very good. I'm using the new language, but I think that's the community. I think it's like Paul said. I think like me, Lynn, her eyes have glazed over now. There's no life there anymore. She's given up.
She's given up.
Yeah, and
They
she
all
sort of tolerates. But I also think we benefit from being. That's up in the loft. That's up in the loft, and all its plastic accessories. But yes, we benefit from being of us. I mean, I know we might look in our 20s, especially me, but believe it or not, we're all in our 40s now, and we benefit from the fact
20
that
years
we
to
are,
retirement.
yeah, we approach that age of where we are lucky enough and privileged enough to have more stuff that we need, and this is extra money. It's part of a midlife crisis. It's cheaper than buying a Ferrari. Yes, so it's easier for us. I do think younger people are going to have a lot more different types of pressures than maybe we have or even remember. So from an older person's point of view, it's probably a lot more acceptable for this crazy fandom that we are part of.
So I was reading Dave's. I was quiet because I was reading Dave's comment there. You say enticed. I mean, that was dropped on me at this minicon. She did help me with some of the blockies that I had. She enjoyed making those blockies, but I can still remember getting the phone call at the minicon because she was in the bar area and we were in the main hall and everything, where she said, "Oh yeah, go and buy X amount of those blockies." What? Okay, and then all of the partners who were there, they were all sat there enjoying it, you know. Sorry, this is turning into an advert for blockies. Blockies are great. But,
great gateway drug, isn't it? And in the year's time, when your wife's saying, "Right, really need to get that new fans toys," like,
yeah, I'll be. Oh god, I'll be
complete.
Leland seems to be immune to them. She looked at me and went, "They're just very toy-like." Because I said, "Well, it is a toy." She said, "But yeah, too cartoonish, too joyful." He said, "I want some depressed, miserable."
She should get a third party. Ooh. Anyway, no,
I
but
think,
that's a good point.
Like, so I was going to say, like, there seems to be a standard, like, and a lot of it comes from TFN. I think we push it quite heavily, and everyone does sort of online, like this, almost like pushing against sort of bullying and stuff. And I think maybe years and years ago, if you were in the playground, I remember we were at school, like 14 years old, and like having chats, and people were like, "Should we just bring our Transformers in from when we were kids?" And we all brought them in, and like everything was really cool. But it was like a grammar school. It was all boys. You didn't have to act cool in those days because no girls at an all boys school, so you could just turn up with your hair unwashed and be playing with like a fucking ape face, and no one looked at you weird. But we think that nowadays, like, a lot of people get bullied and stuff. People get pushed for being sort of a geek and stuff. We seem to be getting into a better place, and I think as a community, we kind of come up quite hard against that, don't we? We'll stand, if anyone's doing anything like that, we'll push against it. TFM, we always say, look, if you're sitting on your own, come up, sit with us, or find someone, have a chat. That's one of the most important bits. We know social anxiety, and I think the thing which I saw with Transformers was that complete lack of elitism, really. Like, people were just there to talk about robots, and it didn't matter, like, especially for me, like, I didn't know loads about Transformers, probably not as much as you guys did. There was never anyone that ever took the piss out of me or said, "Oh, you're not a true fan of Transformers because you don't know X, X, and X." And that's kind of stayed. Well, a little bit of piss taken out of me on the show, but good piss taking.
As if anybody on this show, Paul, would use the words, "You're not a true fan of Transformers unless you do this, that, or the other."
I'm sure no one would take the piss out of you for playing with Ape Face.
I loved Ape Face. Just when they broke my heart with the Siege one. But it's great. And Gajora Prime is saying that he's never experienced any bullying from the TF community. It's absolutely spot on, isn't it? It is just a nice community where everyone looks after each other. And that's the sort of support you need.
I've never seen much in the like bullying in kind of within the. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I think it does, but generally speaking, it's really, really supportive. People are, and like you said, TFN is that wonderful thing of being able to just if people who haven't been kind of, I can't get the head around the idea that you can just be wandering around in, say, the bar area, and there'll be people with Transformers out on every table as you look around, and you can just walk up, and which I know isn't easy for everyone, but you can just say, "Oh, is that such and such a figure?" And literally the next thing you're being told, "Oh yeah, have a look at it. What do you think?" And then all of a sudden you talking to someone, and you get to know them, and then you get to know the other people, and then it's like a domino effect. You've got to you've got to go and experience that. And TFU KCON, I think, is from the very start, because it was a smaller thing, but it was a really nice community thing, and people came to that. I remember the first one, people coming to that first one and being really nervous because they'd never really kind of been to this kind of, and like by the end of it, they were like, "Oh, this is brilliant! I love this! I'm going to come every year." And that's the way the community should be, the supportive element of it. I mean, within a community, I suppose you get that, but it's still nice. It's still nice to get that feeling of people wanting to help each other out.
I think, to be fair, like pre-COVID, there were some like bubbles of kind of people who are a bit more elitist and a bit more kind of like
Takara collectors.
Or a bit more sophisticated, Not what sophisticated, people who look down on. There's people, who are the G1ers, and the people who look down on the G1ers, and kind of all that. And I think that's in the kind of time over COVID where everything became online. I think that's eroded a lot, and it's kind of become, as the movie Transformers One, more of a bigger kind of more embracive community. I think.
Yeah, and hopefully that. Carry on. I was just saying, Stu said I remembered his name, but when you're a non-smoker, and I don't need to smoke, but I remember seeing Stu, we were chatting, and you had a cigarette outside. I was like, "Oh my god, it smells like heaven." I would have remembered your name anyway. I promise.
Smoking is bad.
Looks cool and it smells good, but yeah, it's bad. It's technically.
Don't encourage the young people.
Sorry, Jamie, you were saying.
I think when we think about Transformer collecting, Transformer collecting isn't the reason you're getting bullied. Someone's bullying you because they're basically just a nasty person, And I think sometimes a lot of bullies kid themselves that they're not, they think they haven't. But they're intelligent enough that adults, they should know when they're stepping over the line. And a lot of the times you do step over the line and it's accidental. And you could almost, once you realise that it's instant regret and you'll talk it back and you'll do your best. And that does happen because we're human, especially at events with your alcohol flow, and you might say something you don't realise might upset someone else because it's a big, huge crowd of diverse, different people, different backgrounds, and different levels as well of social interaction. So sometimes these accidents can happen. I do think when it comes to social media, because the way social media works and you write something, it can be kind of set in stone and you can fixate on a comment and you're always going to read it in a negative light. It can be worse than that. And it has gone away, as Bisto said. And I just hope with the resurgence of Blue Sky and the community almost being on there now, that it doesn't come back through the back door. Because the worst thing I think adults do is they pretend they're good people. They think they're good people. They convince themselves, and it gives them a right to be mean and nasty to other individuals who might have said something it's not within their gatekeeping prowess. And I just hope that doesn't come back, because as again, when it's written, it can sometimes appear worse than it actually is. And I think sometimes we've just got to learn to step back and hopefully be easygoing, because it has been so much better post-COVID, I feel. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to bullying and stuff like that, it's not so much the Transformers, it's the individual. So don't worry about that when it comes to your collecting.
There was definitely some instances, wasn't there? Kind of like you said, Bisto, pre-COVID, maybe some cliques or whatever you want to call them, and that seemed to definitely dissipate after post-COVID. And then I think there's also been, like, the TFN community has grown, and the amount of people in the Transformers community has grown, and I think the vast majority of people who come into this community are, they're nice people, and they're just wanting to celebrate the same thing, which is their love of these strange transforming robots that we all seem to love so much. And we're great people.
We need to give a shout out to Sixo and Toy Box Soapbox, which I think for many things have been the linchpin of the positive aspects of the community, because I see these guys reacting to people always in a nice way, trying to answer questions and being helpful. And I think for me, photography wise, it's a lot of that's down to the likes of Sixo, Toy Box Soapbox, and as I said earlier, Charlie, Plastic Crack, the Scottish dude, I can never, Fudgy, whatever his name is, I can never remember.
Fazigi. It's I don't know, but yeah.
All these wonderful people who, just by being nice, not not over-explanatory, and just by being a nice selves, which always impresses me, they make it a good community.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Right. So we've got a couple minutes to go. I was going to say we're going to do some shows coming up, aren't we? So we're going to do our top 5 Transformers of 2024. That will be coming post Christmas.
Jamie looks in pain. Oh no, at the thought of top 5. Yeah, we will have that coming before Christmas, won't we?
Are we going to have the new award, like to celebrate my Cronus? The thick category. Which Transformer is?
Yes.
No, Jamie, because you'd win every year.
No.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting episode. Who's the thickest Transformer?
So we'll normally do our top 5 of the year and our top 5 pickups, don't we? So top 5 Transformers you got of the year and your top 5 Transformers of the year that were released in that year. So we'll have that coming up probably after Christmas. We'll be on the show next week, probably next Friday night, the pre-Christmas finale. What about next year? What are you guys looking forward to in terms of, well, I know mainly Blockies is on everyone's, but it's just little things which I thought about, like that Skybite reveal.
Yeah.
They make a Skybite which is better than the Thrilling 30 one. I was like, fuck, that'd be insane because that's such a good robot. What are you guys looking forward to next year, 2025?
Not having World War III would be awesome. So Putin, I would really appreciate it if you just chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're negotiating, aren't they, in Ukraine? Looking at ceasefire, and Ukraine are willing to give. Let's not get into that. Sorry.
Transformers as a show does news.
No, but I have got to check. But any complaints we get is always from Russia when it comes to copyright strikes. Russia. Why?
Yeah, we're not big in Russia because they won't let them watch us because we would start a revolution.
There's 4 identical Russian YouTubers who do a Transformers podcast every Friday.
See you Russian doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That'd be fantastic. Next year, what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the Age of the Prime stuff, what I've seen so far. I want to see what they do with Vector Prime, who's one of, obviously, my favourite characters. Boring, I know I go on about it, but he is. And I want to see whether it's just going to be the same toy that we've already had, slightly repainted. Maybe they'll put him in like more gold colours. I don't know. I want to see how that goes along. I want to see these. We had these leaks, didn't we, from JT Prime over at TFW 2005? These leaks about Mayhem Attack Squad. Was it Mayhem versus Wreckers or something like that? PAX. And we're getting a Carnivac that supposedly is going to be based off the Titans Return Weird Wolf mold. Obviously, there's.
I so wish this was the After Dark, because Carnivac is the perfect toy to make After Dark comments.
But Carnivac we love. I mean, generally speaking, I think it's fair to say he's a very popular character, even though he's another one like Bludgeon that like would have just been a footnote in Transformers history if it wasn't for like Simon Furman and what they did with the character in the UK comic books, and then how that made them much more prominent within kind of Transformers.
That's most Transformers, really, isn't it? Though.
Well, yeah, but it's
Primus
didn't get
wouldn't
that.
have even been a footnote if it wasn't for Simon Furman.
Well, he wouldn't have existed, was he?
Yeah,
that was it. Simon Furman's creation. But like, it's not every Transformer got to be that lucky. Like my personal favorite Double Dealer. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I'll mention it now. But like, he only got one issue. That was it. That was all he started. Whereas Carnivac, multiple issues and great stories as well. Bludgeon, multiple issues and great stories as well. So Thunderwing, look at Thunderwing. Thunderwing was that toy that was on a shelf back at the day, and we all went, this looks a bit shit. And then you read the comic books, you were like, I need that toy. And
Yeah, he's one we've not had as well.
yeah. Well, why? That's a weird one. Not getting the Thunderwing. That Titans Return Sky Shadow and Overlord mold, especially the Sky Shadow or Black Shadow, if you want to use this kind of original Japanese name. That was perfect for doing a Thunderwing. I know it wouldn't have been a Pretender, but you could have easily remolded that into a Thunderwing. Didn't get it. So we need a new Thunderwing toy. I'd love to see that. And a friend of mine's got this weird obsession with Throttlebots. So, if we could get some new Throttlebots from Hasbro, I think he'd be quite happy about that. I think that would please him. And for me personally, this is I think we mentioned this last week. I want to dabble, just dip my toe into a little bit of third-party stuff, just to see if it's better than I think it is. I'm not going all the way down that rabbit hole because
you had to hand your chug card back
and upgrade it to a
I
man's
paid for
card.
that membership, Jamie.
It's all right. You could have multiple slots in your wallet for cards. You can have
exactly. You can carry more.
You can have. I bought a crap helicopter card. I've got one I can give you.
Listen, it's a budget, like Firefly, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you're welcome in the third.
Oh God!
The helicopter strikes.
Yeah, we're just
no more drink for Bisto.
It's the Iron Brew.
What about you,
Sugar.
Paul? What are you looking forward to? Because we make jokes sometimes about the fact that you don't necessarily get as many Transformer toys as maybe the rest of us do over the course of a year, but you still are a Transformers fan. What are you looking forward to? You're going to say Warhammer, aren't you?
Yeah, Joy Toy.
That Titan.
Oh yeah, the Imperial Knight. No, I'm not going to get it. I think it's five to 600 pounds.
Is that the one that somebody put a post on today on Facebook? And I think it's that one. And people were saying that it's up as a pre-order, like on an early bird rate of about $250, $300 on one website. So is that the same thing? Or is the one you're talking about like different?
I think it might be different. I don't know quite the size.
It was massive, wasn't it? In comparison to the figures.
Yeah, absolutely massive. Someone posted that you could get it cheaper somewhere, but they're still checking to see if that's a legitimate site. But
there's a series coming, isn't there? Is it a series or a film in development?
Yeah.
No, Henry been working with them, haven't they?
Yeah. Cavill loves it. He absolutely loves it. God bless him.
Joy Toy Warhammer's stunning. Like, it is one of the best toys I think which has come out in the last sort of 6-7 years. Best lines in terms of how it looks. Like when you think what's come out in the last couple of years, the really good stuff's SH Figure Arts. I think it's really good. I think there's more stuff to come from them. But in terms of Transformers, I still love Transformers. It will always be the main part of my collection. I might get some fans toys bits over the next year. Or get anything blockies. But could you imagine if they brought out a series of Galaxy 86 movie? It was just all the 86 bots.
It's got to be on the cards, hasn't it?
Sure. That would be insane.
They've already got a Magnus, for Christ's sake. Just chuck that one in and then do the rest of them. You get Cop, Blur, Hot Rod, Cyclona, Scourge, Galvatron. I mean, even a little Unicron. Or a big Unicron. A big Blockies Unicron. That'd be
do you want me to contact Blockies and see if I could get you the Pink Optimus?
Oh, I would give you so much love and money.
It'd give me £200, remember?
You are our official inlet
Blockies
into
man?
Blockies. Yeah, then that would be amazing. Yeah, I've got everyone trying to search to try and find me one. So whoever wins that is the best. It gets creative direction over the show for the next 6 years. So there's a lot in it, to be honest. So yeah, more Blockies. I would love it. I can't wait to see what that Skyby looks like. That's got me excited. Not much mainline stuff has got me excited recently. So it'd be cool to see that. It just feels a bit unstructured at the moment. After Legacy, where it's like, I would say build this, build that. Kind of felt I was getting a bit tired of it, and it doesn't feel like the Age of the Primes is going to be any different. You have the 13 Primes, but it's then like any fucker from any series is going to show up. Like why Skyby in Age of the Primes?
Controversial maybe, but I feel like Legacy was a bit of a placeholder one. You know, they've done really well with it. They've dipped into lots of the different lines, which seems to be really popular, but it doesn't feel as structured as what came before it and what seems to be coming after it with the Age of the Primes. You know,
Yeah,
which is built around a particular theme. Legacy just
Mhm.
seems to be right. Which are all the cool characters from previous lines that we can do a new toy of? Chuck them out there, and we got a lot of repaints. It'd
Yeah.
be nice to see some more original molds. I don't think we're going to get that because I just think the finances and the way the market is, the way Hasbro seems to be going, I think we're going to get a lot more corner cutting. But I hope that what they do, they do well. Do poop jokes. That's where we are.
Yeah, that's our level.
And this is where we need somebody to have what did you call it? Creative
direction.
Yeah.
I think for next year, what I'm looking forward to is having a new calendar, and waiting until November, which will be the pristine month. I honestly,
Are you getting that naked fireman one again, Jamie, or is it something different this year?
Oh, of course, naked surgeons, you name it.
It's the big hoses.
Yeah.
Sorry,
big rubber hose. Yes, but I'm looking forward to the Age of the Pines. I just want. I guess I keep thinking to myself, is this the year when I'm going to be cutting back and chug Transformers? And I kind of am when it comes to some of the G2 stuff, because I just think to myself, I've already got like 4 Grimlocks, which is an exceptional mold even. But I don't want more and more, because I just don't have the room to really enjoy it. So I'm buying something for something I'm not going to fully appreciate, because it means I'm losing out and appreciating something else. Even with using the rotation system, you know, you can only rotate so much for a year. And so I want to be more sensible. I just don't want to be spending because I've got into the habit of spending. I want to have something I really enjoy and I really like, and that's obviously through toy photography and many others. It's through the transformation, it's through how it looks in their shelves and how they set up their displays. With me, I've just got simple shelves from like, you know, Argos, you know, £20. Whoa, I'll buy that to display my bots. I'm just looking forward to seeing what the new year brings, and with Transformers 1. It definitely opened a new door to show that the franchise can be rejuvenated and go in a wonderful direction, which you can't imagine. And I'm just disappointed that Hasbro dropped the ball for a toy company which excels in merchandise, not to have the merchandise out in the bucket loads for Transformers 1. And even it's one of the most popular games in history, Baldur's Gate 3. It's just ludicrous. You know, where you've got things like Blockies, third-party companies, proper third-party companies, sort of picking up the baton and running with it and being a success. And this is what Hasbro should have been doing. So Hasbro, instead of cutting down and saying we're not going to fund movies, etc., or, you know, what are the influencers thinking, maybe what you should be doing is looking at these third-party companies and hiring their marketing teams and hiring the creatives, not the engineers, because you've got some of the best engineers you've got and the toy designers, but let them go wild with it. You know, stop doing a tick box exercise, because that's just redundant. That's my view.
Right, with the stuff we see with like Mark doing, like if they truly let him, when you have someone that creative and stuff, you just need to
just let him cook,
give them the environment and the freedom to produce more stuff. But we'll wait, we'll see if it actually happens. Right, anything else for tonight, or shall we call it a day?
I don't know if Bisto and Paul, have you said what you're going to look really forward
I think, Paul,
to?
you mentioned it, didn't you? But Bisto, have you?
Well, you know, I think again, I'm looking forward to Skybite. Should be quite interesting. I remember I saw someone make a comment saying like, "Oh, we only just got Skybite." It's like that was 30 years ago. It's 10 years ago. It was for the Filling 30. It was 10 years ago.
For people like me who don't lose the looks easy, that's just
we get a new Prime every year. But no, we're complaining that we've got a new Skybite already.
Hang on, you looked like that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I put on an ugly filter just to match in with you guys.
Joke's on you. We don't need a filter right now. That's not right.
So,
sorry, go on, Bisto.
There's a few, you know, obviously more Ruination parts, more Iron Factory Leo Kaiser parts, and hopefully, I don't know, something surprising. That's what I like. I always like that.
Yeah.
I think every year we'll get something that'll blow our socks off and go, I didn't expect that. Blockers is a big hit this year out of nowhere.
You mentioned that because when Marconi started saying thick, I started thinking maybe next year's the year we get a Robertson, Megan Fox.
Right.
I think we'll get a Robertson Soundwave before we get a Robertson Medic.
Oh, a Soundwave would be. I would actually prefer Soundwave. That shows you how dedicated the Transformer like that. A music system Soundwave. It has to play music. It has to be, you know, download it. Yeah.
Bisto, like, is there any like favorite Transformers of yours that you've not had yet, or not got like what you think is the a good enough version of that you'd want, whether it's Hasbro or third party or whatever?
I would like someone to do an MP impactor. I think I'd like someone to do like some proper like MP scale wreckers.
I was just going to say, if they has anybody ever done anything like that? MP scale, I mean.
No, yeah, because Spartan.
Yeah, that's
MMC. Chug. Chug. It was Chug. It was his Voyager size.
He packed the Chug.
So that was back in the day when third parties catered to the Chug audience, but now it tends to be very much trying to make everything as accurate to the G1 cartoon, which wasn't really, I was more of a comic book guy, so it doesn't really grab me as much. But yeah, I like it when people just do something a bit different and a bit weird. So I look forward to little surprises every year. That's what I like.
Do you think third party will follow Hasbro and start moving away from? I mean, they already have, I suppose, moving away from G1 stuff. We've already seen like third party doing Armada.
Yeah, I think
Cybertron.
In a way,
yeah, not Devastators.
But then
another Devastator.
We had like 5 years ago, everyone was coming out with a Devastator, and now this year everyone's coming out with a Devastator again. It's kind of it's just a cycle, really.
Well, listen to Paul. They'll be releasing a pink line now. Just pink.
£200 a bot.
But like, why has Google search algorithms gone up so much for pink Optimus Prime? Because I'm on it. I even tried, I use my work phone, which is an iPhone, to go in Safari and see if that brings up different results. Oh, we'll get them. I fucking will.
So yeah, I just hope at some point they've got. Was it one more season? Or is this the last season of Spark?
Yeah.
Season 2. There's some name they've named what the next series is, have they? Or
they have, and now you're asking, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody in the chat who's left there might be.
It's going to be about a freestyling wheeljack where he goes a little bit off the road. He does his own thing. It's going to be called Bergerac.
I just really hope that seeing as that the Steelbook's currently out of stock, isn't he, on Amazon for Transformers 1, and I hope. Maybe the push of like how physical media sales might push them to maybe not a sequel, but at least play around in that universe with maybe a series or something like that.
Comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think they could easily fund another movie, and I think hopefully they'll wake up if they're doing a proper account.
If they did a streaming series as well, I'd be more than happy with.
Right this time, we need to get this merchandise and hopefully move some people along.
Yeah,
and make decisions.
I think rather than doing a kind of like toy line specific kind of let the people cook who write the shows and then base the toy line on that rather than doing it the other way around and kind of like get Paramount Plus involved and say. Paramount Plus would like you to make a Transformers streaming series.
Do you know what would be a novel thing? Make it an international release where it's all at least the same weekend or the weekend after. Not sporadically released for the year when it's about to go on the streaming service.
Yeah.
It needs to be accessible to people as well as much as possible, especially kids. I mean, we are the old guard, but you do need new blood coming in there because Hasbro's not going to survive without it. So we need more of it. I think they say that now adult collectors make up something getting up towards 20% of the sales of Transformers, but 80% they still got to go to kids, and we need to get more kids buying this stuff and being in 40 years time.
Yeah, exactly. 80% is adults pretending to be kids.
Yes, I'm buying this for my children.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, I admire your optimism. Hi, RJ. Yeah, I'd like to see some kind of form of continuation of the Transformers one. I just think, in terms of the quality of it, it would be such a shame if that was that. We stopped. We made a well written and well produced film. Should we do another one? Nah, let's have some shite that we
finally got it right. That's it. Let's pack our tools.
We're done now. Let's move on. Where's that gem and the holograms? Let's get them out. Anyway. Who's booing up? Mick. Settle down, son.
Don't boo RJ.
Holograms, that's fucking groovy music.
He is Transformers the Show Origins.
Yeah.
Was it Gem? Did I say Meg in the hologram? Meg from Family Guy. It was the right letters, just not necessarily in the right order.
Right, we'll be back next week with our Christmas special. What's special about it? Well, you'll find out next week.
Flocky prizes and J. Lawrence. Yeah.
We've already told him.
Fucking J. Lawrence. Just
J-Lo. J-Lo's joining us. Not that
J-Lo. The better version.
J-Law.
With a fitter butt. And we got blockies as well to give away. So we'll see you next week. Bisto, thanks for coming on. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
It's time for Transformers, the show!